before all of that. We first did this a few weeks ago with Kay, Colleen, Denise and Kelly, and they were asked to pick 2 photos which they felt defined their lives or were significant to them in some way. But today it's our turn for looking through the loose lens. Yes. We decided today to put our kids aside for this one, so we're going to start with you, Brenda.
Well, my first picture that I chose was my life when I started to do Chicago in 2006. That was a defining moment for me because it was a passion of mine to always sing and perform. And, you know, it's like, I think I was 35.
What an amazing
36
photo.
when I started there. So it was just nice, you know, that whole saying of living your dream. I was definitely living my dream, and it helped me a lot with my confidence because I was, as I keep saying, I was quite a shy person. And so being on stage with everybody else, it really gave me a lease of life for performing. And, you know, I love it to this day. It's just an amazing field to be in, and I'm very honoured to be part of a West
Did you
End.
see that sort of like... I presume that was a poster,
That was
right?
on the Underground, it was on the buses,
Oh,
it
wow.
was on billboards. It was so weird just seeing, you know, I came down the Underground in Leicester Square one, and I was like, oh, my God, that's me! It's just, yeah, it was a bit embarrassing for my daughter who was with me, but, you know, it's fine. But I will always remember that being the first show that set my career on its path, which I'm very grateful for.
And what's your second photo?
My second photo is very significant, which is when I was having my chemotherapy, when I got my stage 3 breast cancer diagnosis. And, you know, it was very important to me to keep smiling, as you can see. As I've said on this show, everybody deals with cancer and everything in a different way. For me, it was just about trying to get my headspace into a positive space. And, you know, it really helped me to appreciate life and live my life to the fullest every day, which is what I continue to do.
And when you look at that now, what does it make you feel like? What do you think?
When I look at that, because that's the cold cap, and I had 4 sessions of the cold cap, and it was absolutely freezing underneath there, and then I lost my hair anyway, so it was just like, you know, you just got to keep on, brush your shoulders off and move on. Try.
Yeah. Janet, what about your 2 photos?
Well, it's hard to choose 2, I must admit. So I chose this picture, which is me the day I got my CBE. That makes it sound.
So how long ago was that?
2016.
Ooh, could be a damehood soon.
Well, yeah, I'm ready. I'm waiting for the letter to plop through the letterbox in a very, very, you know, lovely stiff envelope. That was in the courtyard at Buckingham Palace, and I just received a CBE from the Queen herself.
Oh, wow.
So that was an incredible honour. And I received the CBE for my career in journalism and broadcasting right across the media. And so it was interesting to talk to the Queen, and she knew that I'd studied architecture, and I was also passionate about the arts and architecture. So it was just the most brilliant day, and I went with 3 really close girlfriends. It's a shame I can't show you that picture as well, as I'm only allowed 1. But I went with my 3 girlfriends, and we didn't wear hats, and we had a right laugh. It was the most brilliant day, and then I went back to my house, and I had a cake with Johnny Rotten on it. I had a kind of punk celebration.
Very fitting. And what about your second photo?
Oh, look.
That's me. That's in the late 80s. And that's when I was on television, but I was also making a big TV series for Channel 4 called Network 7. But Spitting Image had me down as the queen of youth television, and that is a puppet that was in that Spitting Image series at that time called Janet Toilet Cleaner. I went to meet Janet Toilet Cleaner, and she was a tiny little thing, funnily enough. She didn't seem to have a bottom half. She was all head and no backside. Why I like that picture is I just so first of all, they've got me, haven't they? The puppet does look like me. And it taught me to laugh at myself because obviously over the years, when I was first on television, well, when I was first on the radio, it was horrendous. The troll, you know, talk about trolling now, but the criticism back then was horrific.
And Pamela Stephenson used to take them,
Pamela
yeah.
Stephenson impersonated me with Kenny Everett, which I actively hated. I don't know why I even was in the sketch, but everybody from Mike Yarwood did me. And by being photographed with my spitting image puppet, I got over it.
Yeah.
I'd gone past it.
Yeah.
It was a time in my life where I thought, I don't care what you think about the way I look or the way that I sound, I've made it.
Which I think is a very handy armour to have in the days of social media, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Katie, what about your two photos?
So my first one, that was taken in 2012, and that was the year that the Olympics came to London, and I was a torchbearer. I got to hand that torch to the final person to light the cauldron. And it was a really special year for me. It was also the year I met Richie and started dating again. Obviously went on to marry him a couple of years later. And in that year, I got to fulfil an ambition of travelling to America to make different TV shows. So it was like a positive year of change and new beginnings for me. So I look back on it kind of fondly, I think.
Yeah, I love that picture. That's a good picture. Amazing. And what about your second photo?
Second one's really funny because I suppose it's a time in my life where I felt a mixture of sort of safe and excited. So that was day one of secondary school, year 7. And so I was coming up to 12 years old there. I'm stood outside my mum's front room.
When the uniform still looks pristine.
Pristine. And I was going to say, if my mum and dad are watching this at home, it probably means a different thing for them. Because for me, I was excited to go to big school. I'm from a really small town. I couldn't wait to see what the world had to offer me. For my parents, that was the day my life unravelled, and I became disengaged with school 6 months later and became a wild child. So it probably has different significance for both of us.
You came good in the end.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And you've got very fond memories of the house.
Yeah, I mean, they still live in that house, and
Yeah.
it's a really small town in Hampshire, and I go back every few months to see my family. So I suppose it's a place of good memories and feeling safe.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That Olympic torch,
Yeah.
was it heavy?
I think it is
not
quite...
that
Well, it's made out of metal, and, you know, I'm ashamed to say it's in the garage. I should put it up on the wall.
You
but
get
I
to
don't-
keep it.
It's torch.
Yeah,
I know,
That's
but I don't know
one.
how to put it on the wall.
I didn't know you got to keep it.
Yeah, or maybe I stole it. I think you'd know.
amazing.
No, you don't get to keep it.
Have you got your
Have I got
spitting
my
image puppet? Because they sold them all off, didn't
No,
they?
I didn't manage to buy it. No.
Oh, if there's
Someone else.
anyone out there that managed to buy Janet's spitting image puppet, do let us know.
Oh, no.
Probably propping up a bar somewhere.